I recently finished reading a very interesting novel called 2034. It's a novel co-authored by a man who was an admiral in the American Navy, someone who really knows what he's talking about in terms of how people at the top of the American military think about threats, think about possible conflicts, think about how World War III could come to pass. And the plot of this novel is that, well, this conflict begins to unfold in the South China Sea, an issue involving the United States, China, and Taiwan, and Taiwanese sovereignty. A big issue that, well, it's happening today. It's unfolding right now in the headlines. So while I found the novel very realistic, I had to ask, 2034, that's like a science fiction headline, those novels that you saw, 2001 and so forth. Far off in the future, I know it's only 13 years away, but one also sees headlines in the news today and worries, is it going to be sooner than that? Obviously, we don't want any such event to unfold, but the possibilities, the concerns about conflicts, about, well, moving into a Cold War, because there's debate as to whether or not the phrase Cold War can even be used right now, vis-a-vis the US and China relations, or moving full on into some sort of hot conflict, because we are seeing the Taiwan Strait playing a role more and more in tensions between the US and China. We're seeing American President Joe Biden being tested in a number of ways, different countries doing different things to test how will the American administration respond, and China doing a lot when it comes to Taiwan. Their relationship worse than ever, the China-Taiwan issue, because just in this past week, they have sent about 150 of their fighter jets into Taiwan's air defense zone, just about 50 of them on a single day. That is an extremely provocative action, and it already has people in the Biden administration and the president himself saying, we got to calm this down. We got to talk about this issue. We've got to de-escalate it. But it really shows that idea that those novelists put forward, that those experts put forward, that the South China Sea, that's unfortunately where, if stuff hits the fan, that could be where it happens. We're seeing that play out right now, and it underscores the importance of so much of what we're talking about right now in foreign affairs, whether it comes to Canada needing to strengthen its relationship and support for Taiwan, whether it comes to our conversation about the need to decouple from China in a responsible way such that they have less leverage over us, and just a basic reminder that we gotta keep our eye on everything that's happening in that part of the world and on the China file. Great news that the two Michaels are back on Canadian soil, that issue is, well, in part behind us, but of course there are ramifications to that issue. And those ramifications involve the conversation around decoupling. It involves all of those people who still had rose-colored glasses on when it came to China, realizing it's not over, it's continuing, and in some ways, it's only getting worse. Got to talk about the issue, got to deal with it, and the general public has to talk about it more and put more pressure on our political leaders to prioritize what is a very concerning file.